All right, let's go to this next clip here, which you will also find interesting.
Is there anything new that like Grusch didn't say that he's going to reveal?
So this is all about, again, Grusch. I don't think the job is to say anything new. It's to get more senior people to say basically the same thing.
Okay, so take it more seriously.
So David Grusch was sort of the first door opener to establish and into the discourse this concept of retrieved craft and biological materials. That was like the what? And you saw that people in Congress being like, what are you talking about? And then the Senate comes out with this bill that says biological materials, technologies of unknown origin, defines legacy programs. It ensures that nobody that's on this review board can be associated with the legacy programs.
What do you think? What do you think?
Well, there you go. So that's interesting, right? The idea isn't anything new, but to create a cohesive story and then just get more and more people to believe that same story, which I understand. That makes sense. I can see how some people are going to tell, oh, you're just repeating the same stories, right? So
yeah,
it's
well, that's what Kirkpatrick's whole thing is. He's like, well, these are just like, it's like 9 guys that just keep talking to each other. Like he's got it all boiled down to this, like, it's like Robert Bigelow and Hal Puthoff in a room somewhere and just like doing this thing. And everybody else is just talking about rumors. But this sounds like a coordinated, planned campaign that is being implemented in a step-by-step thing. Like this is what, like that Carl Nell slide from the Soul presentation.
Correct.
It's like what Dolan says. There's got to be a group who is like, they broke off and they are like going for it. And this is the way they're doing it. They're like, first, we've got to get it on the books. We got to get somebody out there. Congress has to write some legislation. There's like step by step by step. And Lou even talked about this. Like in the early days, when he was first doing interviews, he would say stuff like, this is going to be, I remember one interview, he said it's going to be like a 12-course meal. So we're at we just sat down at the table. Like, you got a long way to go, so just hang in there. And then one day it'll all be out. So this sounds like yeah, we're right where we should be, I guess.
I think you're on the right path, my man. You're saying a lot of the things that are going to be coming up in these clips. So I think you're thinking along the right path here for sure. And I'm glad you brought up Carl Nell because he does come up later in this clip. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree with everything you said there. So look, I'm going to go ahead and reveal how I think this guy is getting this information. So I made a video it's about 6 months ago. I'm gonna put a link in the description. Check it out. It's like 30 minutes, right? But because there's more to it in that video than what I'm going to show here. But basically, David Grusch held like a secret talk, or this literally, I'm just going to read it from the article, right? So this was supported with other corroborating evidence outside of this article that, again, if you go watch that video. But so David Grusch holds this secret talk with Wall Street bigwigs, right, and CIA officials in Manhattan. This is where he claimed the U.S. was in possession of a 40-foot TARDIS-like craft that was the size of a football field when you stepped inside. Now, more importantly, if we come down here, see, there's a picture of David Grusch, right? So he's at this thing, right? All these people are talking. There was more pictures and even more, this anonymous attendee right here, he posted some stuff on Reddit, and there's more pictures and more things. But regardless, right here, Daily Mail has since verified that the meeting took place and was told by sources that Coinbase advisor John D'Agostino and high-powered attorney John J. Altarelli hosted the event. Coinbase is a publicly traded company that operates a cryptocurrency exchange platform. The two men are said to host monthly events at the Penthouse Apartments focusing on different topics. The leaker said it was hosted by a Wall Street bigwig and his lawyer friend. So there we go. That's what I think. That's where I think this guy is learning that it doesn't necessarily mean from this event, but if you notice the SALT conference, that's a financial investment conference, right? Gary Nolan spoke there, Carl Nell spoke there, and he even brings up Carl Nell's SALT conference, whatever presentation that was given. So I think people in the financial sector know about what's happening and are getting privy to certain information
100%.
You know what I mean? So that's where I think
100%.
this guy got this information is from that world, from this same world. Maybe he even went to this meeting, right?
I could not agree with you more. I
right.
think you are absolutely 100%
So there's the
right.
connection. There's the connection. That's how I think Matthew Pines knows, because he even the way he says Scaramucci. Oh, Scaramucci Salt Conference. It's like they all talking about some. I'm sure they've.
I
had
love when people.
conversations.
Somebody was like, they got on me the other day about like I guess my conspiracies. Like I sometimes see connections to places. People are like, how can you see that? How is that? It doesn't work that way. And I'm like, of course it works. It's always like 5 guys in a room and an attorney talking about money. And that's exactly what this is. It's a bunch of guys in a room. It's, and Scaramucci, Salt, it's him and his son, and then 2 other guys. It's like 4 guys. So the thing that I heard way back when, and this is from this is from Richard Dolan. He's got the best like forward thinking on this. He said that his suspicion was that there's the group that wants pro disclosure. It's not just because they're awesome. It's because they know that the technology can be like brought into the open and monetized, but it can't be monetized if it's locked up in these SAP programs. So they've got to roll it out and like declassify it so they can start making money off this shit. And they're ready to go. And the other group is like, no, we'd rather just maintain the status quo. So it makes sense to me that these Wall Street guys would be the first ones. This is the canary in the coal mine to me. Like when you see Wall Street perk up and start paying attention, it's not because there's no there, Kirkpatrick. Like these guys don't chase nothing. They're going after
absolutely
something.
It's money, right? They see something, they're setting up. I agree. You're on the right path.